How do I look, babe?
Too tall.
Okay. What about this?
Too simple.
Ugh. Now?
Too short.
Sigh.
What even is this?
You know what? We're done.
No, wait, sweetie.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am showing you what Arabic letters look like when you write them in words. And I have a whiteboard here, so it can go a lot easier than having to edit it in afterwards. Before we begin, I would like to tell you about accents, or tashkil as we call them in Arabic. You see these symbols? Assume this is your letter. These symbols are what vowels are in English. These determine the kind of accent that the letter has. For example, this dash under it is E, this dash above it is A, and this little wall above it is Dhamma. Take letter B, for example. This is B, this is B, and this is Bu, Bu, B, Ba. See the difference? This is like having an A after it, and this is having an E or I after it, and this is having an O or U after it. First off, the first letter, Alif, which is the one that has the most forms. This one is plain and simple. This comes mostly at the start of a word. If it starts with Alif, this is also in the beginning, but if it's more accented, like the part of it is more accentuated, then you use this above it. If it's an E sound, like the word starts with an E, you put this at the start. This is if it's in the middle of a word. See, we have something that English doesn't have. In the middle of a word, you can say an sound. For example, bi'r, which means well, has this in the middle of it. This is at the end of a word. If it has alif at the end, you put just this on the line. This is if it's an O sound in the middle of a word. And this is a yeh with a hamza. This symbol is called hamza at the end of a word. Next, bih, tih, and thih all share the same thing. The only difference is the number of dots, and yeh also shares it with them, but it looks slightly different when it's at the end of the word. When it's in the middle of a word, they all look the same. They look like this, and it connects from here and here. And you just put the dots, however, wherever they are, according to the letter. If it's a bih, you would put one dot here. If it's yeh, you put two here. If it's tih, you put two up here. If it's tih, you put three. And if it's at the end of the word, you put like this, and same thing with the dots, except for yeh. When yeh is at the end, it looks like this, and it connects from here. Noon looks like bih and the whole lot that I mentioned, but I forgot to put it with them. Next, gim, ha, and kha, gim, ha, kha. If it's at the start of a word, you put this, and if it's gim, you put a dot under it. If it's kha, you put a dot above it. If it's ha, you don't put anything. In the middle of a word, you put this. Again, if it's gim, you put the dot here. If it's kha, you put it here. If it's ha, you don't put anything. And at the end, it looks like this. And if it's gim, you put the dot here. And if it's kha, you put the dot above it. And if it's ha, you also don't put anything. Next, del and del. Now, the thing about these two is they do not connect to the letter after them. They only connect to the one before them. Here, if it's at the start, you see it doesn't have any connection points. You just put it in and leave it, and the next letter starts separate. It can connect with the letter before it though. It looks like this, and it connects here. If it's the del, just put the dot up here. Next, Ri and Zin, they also do the same thing. They don't connect to the letter after them, only the one before them. So at the start, you put this. If it's Zin, you put the dot above it. And if it's in the middle or at the end, it looks like this, connects from here. And if it's Zin, you put the dot. Now, Sin and Sheen. This one connects both back and forth. At the start, it looks like this. And if it's Sheen, you put three dots. If it's in the middle, it looks like this, connects here and here. And if it's at the end, it looks like this, connects here to the letter before it, if it's connectable. Now, Sod and Dod. At the start, it looks like this, and it connects here. If it's in the middle, it looks like this, connects here and here. And if it's at the end, it looks like here and connects from behind. Next, Ta and the. At the start, it looks like this, and it connects here. If it's at the middle or the end, it looks like this and connects here and here. If it's at the end, it just doesn't connect here. Rin and Rin. If it's at the start, it looks like this and connects here. If it's in the middle, it looks like this and connects here and here. If it's at the end, it looks like this and it connects from here. Next, Fi and cough. If it's at the start, it looks like this and it connects here. If it's in the middle, it looks like this and it connects here and here. If it's at the end, it connects here, and you put dots above them depending on which one it is. Calf, which I know looks a little weird. At the start, it looks like this. If it's in the middle, it looks like this. If it's at the end, it looks like this. Lamb, at the start it looks like this, at the middle it looks like this. Looks the same as an alif, but it connects both back and forth. Alif only collects from behind, and at the end it looks like this. Meme, at the start it looks like this, in the middle it looks like this, in the end it looks like this. He, if it's at the start it looks normal like this, if it's in the middle it looks like this, and if it's at the end but the letter before it is connectable, it looks like this. If the letter before it is not, it looks like this. Wall, it does not connect to the letter after it. So if at the start it looks like this, doesn't connect to anything. If it's in the middle or end, it connects only from behind. Okay, that's it for this vid. Thank you for watching. If you like this vid, consider giving it a like. And that's it. See you next time.